67, version 68, version 69.
So any changes or modifications to the agenda?
I'd like to add one for executive session, pending litigation.
Yep. We'll do that at the end. And, okay, any public forum? Alice, you're the only public? All right, hearing none, let's move on to review and approve the town meeting warning, which means kind of also encompasses approving the budget, so we can get the bottom line to put into the budget item in the town meeting. How do you want to, do you want to walk through? Can you get it up on screen?
I can.
So,
Do you want to start with the budget?
yes, yeah. So, both, we left the meeting Monday with a tentative bottom line, but we wanted to go through it and just make sure that there are no mistakes, no errors. There was an oversight in that we didn't budget anything for the cybersecurity work that we need to do. And that prompted kind of a scrub of the budget that both Chach and I did, and we both came up with some recommended tweaks, all pretty minor, but basically, I think intended to have a tight budget and keep the increase below inflation. Is that fair, Chach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. And so I think we need to want to make sure that everybody understands the changes that are made and is okay with them.
I agree. So do you want to start I assume we start expenditure.
Yeah.
We're in the expenditure detail.
Yes.
Yes, so do you want me, like, computer services was the first one?
Well, that was it, that was there because it's a question.
So I looked at none of these overlap with the IT cyber.
Okay.
They're just separate.
Okay, that was a question we had because we added down below
I'll go down, sorry.
IT and cybersecurity, 15,000. We're looking at about $12,000 for the monthly contract, correct?
Right, yep.
And
yeah.
we kind of figured there's other costs that we're likely gonna have to make sure we're covering cybersecurity.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to Thomas again. Today, he's supposed to be finalizing contract to send to us. I don't know if that's gonna include a plan, but I think we talked about, like, there's gonna be firewall, et cetera, that's gonna be happening within this next month. That's gonna be above and beyond our current fiscal year budget. And then, type of intentional planning, like, these are things that we can wait, but should do, we can wait till fiscal year 27. And so we're accommodating about 3,000 for that. And some of that's gonna be updating computers maybe, because they're out of date, et cetera. So we tried to, 3,000 I think is more than adequate, I hope.
And there'll be some costs in 26 from.
Then that's not budgeted for at all. That's gonna be.
Yeah,
above
but
and beyond.
I think
Okay.
there's a few items that we're just gonna have to go ahead and do with our unassigned balance.
And sorry, York, but I think you just said this, you don't foresee a change in the
Correct.
computer services line item.
Well, let me rephrase that. There is nothing in computer services overlaps with the IT cyber.
Got it.
Now, could it be lower? Yeah, I think it's actually possible.
Did the lack of having the cyber stuff, did that result in more expenses for computers this year?
I don't think so.
Okay.
The only other consideration, since we're talking computers, is I think the whole office staff and rural solutions is planning on going cloud-based, which the biggest thing for that would be our accounting software. Everyone in the office is very excited about that happening, including the assessor. So I think that may be in the plans for this next fiscal year. But I don't have a true cost to that. I think that would be what the 3,000 is really earmarked for. So is going cloud.
Was there response time by our current computer people to the security breach this year? Were there costs incurred by our current security people, by our current computer people that would be?
I don't think so. No, because Henry never charged us. And if he had charges, then yes.
Okay.
And then the only other cost was the $1,000 deductible for the insurance reimbursement.
Okay.
And what is special services, which hadn't has?
That's the engineer. That's
Oh.
Tyler. And I talked to Tyler about it. I'm like, he said, yeah, for these little one-offs, I don't charge towns. He said if there's something big that comes and, but I mean, he's even come and visited and we've talked and we met places and he hasn't charged for that. He said, but if there's things that take several hours, I may charge for that. But that has not happened since he started
All right.
working with the town.
So before you go any further, and this is just a formatting issue, we have this admin and board assistant we put in a couple years ago. It shows no expenditures. We're not proposing anything this year. I'm just wondering if we get rid of that line.
I didn't unilaterally want to do that.
Yeah,
So
I'll-
I was,
I'll delete it if,
So you have the master.
yeah,
Okay,
I just deleted it, it's gone.
all right.
I'm gonna delete it too, but yes, and so I'll assume that you're gonna send me the final version.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Um,
And then this is another, do we want to do the same thing with this? The wastewater project line item? Josh reminded me that we put that in there when Annie resigned, but we kept her on to do project management through June, so it hasn't had any expenses since, and we're not expecting to have any expenses this year, so we can delete that one as well.
Yes.
I don't remember. If there were any other big changes here?
I don't think so. You?
Let's
No.
get to the bottom line then.
No, there's a couple
Well,
of things.
there's a couple others just.
Town health officer and the constable.
Yes.
So the next 2 pages are clean, the next 3 pages
Line
are
one
clean.
eighty-six and one eighty-seven, town health officer and constable were adjusted, constable down 2,500 and town health officer up to 25.
One thing I would note, if you scroll back up a little bit, the road department. That section total. Something happened if you go down a little bit farther.
Oh, right here.
Section total line, the change from 26 to 27, that cell was not calculating correctly. I fixed that. It doesn't change our 2027 proposed budget. But it made it look like I think it was earlier showing $1,000 increase or something when it's really a $17,000 increase.
Okay.
Did you check other formulas as you went?
Checked every single formula in the thing when I
That's why
found
it
that.
took so long.
Okay,
That's why
you,
it took
you
so
have the
long.
master document.
I have the master. Again, it was just the change like that.
Yeah.
The true numbers were included in our 2027 expense budget, so it didn't change that. It just looked weird that the difference between last year and or
It was,
this year.
what was it? It was maybe
proposed
missing
next
this
year.
one. Was it
That's
missing this? Was it missing
Immaterial
this?
when it's actually, it's up a chunk. Yeah.
It was just missing one of the cells.
Oh, so this doesn't have 25,
No.
this doesn't have 25 budget. Got it.
So I just got from Steve, this is a TBD change, but I got the 2025 actuals.
Oh, good.
So we can actually, it looks like
Well,
some.
those should be right.
I think it's right on the expense side, but not on the revenue.
It
or
wasn't on the
something
revenue
like-
side, at least
Yeah.
the one that I had.
Right. So I'll just, if it works for you guys, I can just update the revenue and confirm that 2025 actual is all tying up. I think you nailed it on the.
Yeah, I think you're
Expense
right.
side, we just need to add the revenue.
I gotcha.
So that's a TBD. Again, that won't impact the 2027 numbers, obviously.
So go down to special appropriations.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of Anna's house
That
and
was- yeah.
our house of Central Vermont. They're not in the budget yet.
Did we unalphabetize? Oh, it's still alphabetized. Our house thing.
So if we're gonna delete Hannah's house and our house. Also looks like we need to, if we're gonna keep these row numbers. You know, not the Excel, but
Yeah, we
the
can
actual
renumber
rows,
them.
they're all wacky.
I had renumbered those like for the last week one.
I know, every time you make a change, they get out
I
of
thought
whack.
you can make it so that
So
they
you have to
automatically
put a dollar.
readjust.
Well, yeah. You-
I think that's what I did for my version.
And just, I can do this later, but put a 0 in there and there, just so it's all consistent. And there, put her services out of it.
I'm sorry, for which one?
It's just, if you don't have a 0 it's a blank cell as opposed to showing this, and just I'm making them all consistent, so that's not a change in
Okay.
anything,
Okay.
formatting.
Yeah.
That's right here. Actually, fire department appropriations, I don't know if you want to get rid of that.
What is
Or-
that?
That's if we say we don't have enough in reserves to pay for a piece of equipment or something, sometimes we'll make a direct appropriation from the current budget.
Oh,
Um, we haven't, I don't believe we've done that in a while.
I think it's good to keep it
I
in
would
there, put
suggest
a
we-
zero in the, right,
Yeah.
yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
I'd suggest we keep the line.
okay.
Actually, see here.
So then you had a question about the road department appropriations.
Yeah, so first, I guess before we get to that, the general transfers to reserves that's highlighted there. That included covered bridge at 15, and then there was a question whether we needed or wanted to put more funding into the
Oh, right.
sidewalk, path and sidewalk.
Because it's zero now.
But I thought didn't the CIP have a $10,000?
Yeah, and I think you're raising a good question. I don't think we funded that last year because there's like 70 grand sitting there,
Yeah.
or 60 or 70 grand in the reserve that hasn't been spent in several years. So the question was, do we need to keep adding to a reserve that we're not actively using?
Well, that raises a question. Alice, are you still there? I got an email from Alice, when.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, so I'm just you had asked me a question by email and it's coming up now.
Oh, okay.
Isha did come here and ask for match for a grant application of 120,000, which we didn't have,
Right.
and we wouldn't provide him. We did say we had the 70,000, so that was available. Alice emailed me and asked if we were gonna put $60,000 on the ballot as a contribution to the transportation path project. I don't see it as coming up in the next fiscal year. And our, I think, commitment, the letter that we sent the Path Association was, we've got this half of it, and if we get awarded, we can go to the voters for the other half.
That is right. And we haven't heard that they were awarded.
If it's awarded, then you'll have another vote.
I think that was our
Yeah.
idea at the time, rather than put more money in reserve now that we may or may not use.
The decision on the VTAP grant will come out in March.
I mean, we could close the gap a little bit and say we want to put 10,000 in or something just to start planning forward if we want to create matches for, I mean, that's an alternative compromise. That would be a separate appropriation, whereas,
For the path.
yeah, I mean, that's. If we want to start saying let's plan ahead and we know that the path is a priority and matches are going to be part of that priority, then you plan for it.
What would another 10 do?
If you accept the grant, if it's awarded, you have to come up with $120,000 match, one way or another, to enter that.
What would the timing of that be? I can't imagine it going to construction for a year.
Totally, we would be fine with it.
Yeah. So we,
I think the VTAP is, I would get an answer to that because VTAP is quite meticulously managed. So that they may want to see, yeah, they're going to want to see that the commitment is there, that the money is there and committed.
Well, they've already applied and the best we did was we said that we'll try to raise it after the fact if we get awarded, so.
yeah, to me,
Yeah, they know that.
we'd have other sources, essentially, if we needed to come up with
Yeah.
that money before next year's budget.
I mean, yeah, like again, not to, I mean, we could steal from the sidewalk. I'm not steal, but I mean, that would be, I mean, the sidewalk.
Strike that from the.
Strike that.
record.
The sidewalk reserve would be a place that we could accommodate some of that probably. Or no, I mean, that'd be. up to
I mean, I
us.
think we've told them what our position is, and
That's right.
it was that we would we would
That's, you're right.
seek funding if awarded.
You're right.
Right, so question is, do we wanna, back to the original question, do we wanna add 10 grand more to that? Reserve right now, the balance is 72,000. We didn't transfer anything last year. And
I'm sorry, what reserve is this again?
this is the transportation path sidewalk reserve.
And did we add, I thought we had a discussion about sidewalks at the end of last meeting.
We did.
Is that a different reserve fund?
That's why I was confused. I think sidewalk,
It's-
there's a sidewalk one also.
No, they're
Oh.
the same.
Okay.
Transportation path / sidewalk reserve. So presumably that would
That's right.
cover maintenance of our sidewalks.
Well, I will say we're
Thanks,
using
Bob.
some of that this year for part of the sidewalk on Carroll Road. That's planned for this spring. Connecting the walkway along Carroll Road to the,
The little corner.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could almost call it a pad.
No, we're
Yeah.
at 2.9% now. That would kick us over 3, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm,
Have there been other changes to this that kick it to 2.5?
I didn't,
Right now, the bottom is.
I mean,
I didn't get that high to two
Looking at
point
2.5.
nine, but we should, honestly, I think let's keep going through
Yeah,
it, see
I
where
agree.
we're at.
Let's leave it as is for now.
As is at 0,
Yeah,
transfer into the reserve for this year. And then go through the rest of the changes, see where we
Yeah.
land and how much appetite we have.
Now, it's not highlighted, so
Okay, so I'm gonna take the highlight off of.
Yeah.
Let's see, off of that.
Off of the
No, I think
transfer
leave
reserves.
that.
can you go back up to miscellaneous?
I turned the lights on.
Yes.
This miscellaneous?
It's not highlighted, but one change I made is we've got this.
Thank you.
Maintenance of parks. It's
Mhm.
identified as for landscaping. I don't think we have any landscaping plans. We have MRVs, steward MRVs doing a lot of the maintenance that we might otherwise. So I suggested lowering that by $1,000 from 6 to 5. I will say that I've been reminded dozens of times that we were supposed to plant lilacs in front of the generator fence out here. Because of the site plan that we had, and I think we'd like to do that in the spring.
I'll just send Ed Reed because they do our landscaping.
Okay,
I mean, is that okay?
yeah,
Yeah, last looking at 2025, our actual spend was 0. It's correct.
I was just looking at places we could.
Yeah.
Snip a little bit.
Yeah.
So, okay. And then what else?
I had a question under capital improvement. The first line there is road department fiscal year appropriations. It's a little weird that this shows up under the capital improvement program, but historically we have showed that as a appropriation to reserve direct from the budget to cover the stormwater.
Oh,
What line are you looking at? I'm sorry.
In our
241.
MRGP.
250.
I forget what even that stands for,
The municipal general permit,
yes, thank you.
but that also is we get state funding.
Yeah, that's, I think, our revenue too. Is that was,
Well, that's what I was wondering, is that like an offset thing that we have the expense here, but we get revenue from the state to cover it? Because the only revenue line item is like 70 or 80 grand from the state.
Well, there's the state aid. This is the clean water money.
Yeah,
Which is separate from the.
where's
Yeah,
that?
so we have state aid for highways. That was 78,000 in 2025. As a
Oh.
revenue line item. I'm just not quite sure I understand that.
Let me go ask Sandy.
Great,
Thank you.
thank you.
Yeah, I don't know the answer.
Yeah. One.
That, I will say, one of the revenues is not included in this is that I don't think grant and aid is included in the road department revenue, and I don't think that's under any of those line items. I don't think we've been doing it lately, and then Josh and I decided to, but that's upwards of $12,000 next year.
Yeah, I can look and see if we actually spent anything in that line.
You're still looking at expenditures.
I kind of just
Yeah.
jogged to revenue just for a second, which we can do just to. Let me compare this.
Yeah, so I had a quick question on revenue. The big number obviously is change in municipal property taxes, 69,988 right now. Right. On this,
Um,
We talking the top number?
yes.
Yes, and that's gonna
that
change.
moved a tiny bit, but, yeah, 69, 391, 2.5%. That brings our property tax rate to 0.5999.
Okay.
Yeah.
0.5999.
It's directionally similar.
I did also talk to Spencer and Mary Jane this morning about this estimated grant list.
So there was a really big jump in from 24 to 25 in property taxes collected.
I think that was a year that we did have a big percentage increase. Was that the year? COVID?
Yeah, I think that was,
24 to 25.
yeah, I think you're right.
Long story short for grand list is we should stick with 3 for now, but I think it's gonna be higher.
Mhm.
Like there's a lot of things that they haven't, it's just so confusing, current list and current use and.
Yeah,
Anyway, I wanted to
what's
see
the
if we
timing
could
when,
raise
you know,
that.
the houses get finished and
Those like
sold.
duplexes are gonna be in the grand
what
list.
about like, Airport Road by Mad River Park? Like those are coming online.
Yes, and they just didn't feel comfortable saying more, but I think 3% is a very conservative estimate.
Well,
Which is great.
there's been a good number of single family homes built in the last 15 months.
And then, yes, and then there's
Just
another like multi-million-dollar home being built, which it according to Spencer, even if it's not done, that's actually
What road is
results.
that?
Yeah.
Mary
it's-
Jane said it was by some person they know, so.
Got it.
I learned a lot from Spencer and Mary Jane this morning. It was really great, actually.
Good. Yeah, that's awesome. We did confirm that on the debt service expense, I was overly optimistic that it
What sheet are you on online? Sorry.
Or an expense detail.
service on 259.
Back on expenditures.
Yep.
Depends which line you,
Well, we've
which
deleted
row you're
them.
reading, I know.
If right here, debt service it's almost at the bottom of expense detail.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yep. And sorry, what were you saying? What's the change?
There is no change. I was hoping there might be a favorable change because some of the loans, 2 of the loans, mature partway through the year. But unfortunately, the loan payments are kind of lump sum annual payments.
Yeah.
So it's, we pay once.
So
a
it is our
year.
payment for the year.
Yeah, it's our payment for the year. I was thinking that if it was a monthly payment and we only had to pay 6 months instead of 12, we'd save some money, but.
So which ones will 0 in 28?
The wastewater, that was the old centralized.
The big pipe or the decentralized?
Let's see,
That's a good question.
the big pipe
Big
Uh,
pipe goes away this year?
and the
In
grader.
28. Yeah, it goes away in the final payment will be in 27. There will be no payment in 28.
Yeah, so we're just.
And the greater, you
Is it a
said,
big pipe or the decentralized? Cause when we were adding them together, we were saying like 60, but that would be 70.
Yeah, I think it's the big pipe that's older.
I mean, when Steve and I originally did these numbers, I thought these were gonna be a little high. But it turns out they're actually more right than I think.
Yeah.
I was hoping for.
Yeah.
So
Where are we?
we're in debt service expense. Just Chach was explaining, that he was hoping this was gonna be lower, but in the
Oh.
end, it should be about right. Because these are annual payments for the grader and the essential, the wastewater.
Yeah, but didn't we pay off a chunk of the water last year, but the water's not in there?
That's another one. Do you want to get rid of this?
Which one?
The water main break?
Yeah, get rid of that. It's bad memory.
I know, that's good. I'm glad it's paid off.
So it's still not clear. What Sandy said, that line item is for capital expenses, and it's showing up as paving planning that are small and not part of the capital, not worth putting in the capital reserve, but they are capital projects. But I don't know, we haven't spent the 8,000 from last year, and I have no idea what we would spend it on. It looks like in past years, we put some larger capital expenses in the operating budget.
Right.
I could write Charlie Goodman real quick and he often will respond within
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Right.
So the question is road department FY appropriations.
Yeah. This year was 8,000. He proposed 10,500. I guess they did, right? But we must have talked about this or we wouldn't
I
have
don't,
raised it.
honestly,
I
I
don't know if
don't
we
think,
talked about it.
I don't think we did. That was a legacy number that was in from the prior year. Like it's in the 5-year run out in the SIP plan. It just kind of goes up a little bit each year, but we didn't talk specifically about it with Charlie and Josh.
What exactly do we want to ask Charlie?
Just, does he know what the purpose of that line item is?
So
Sorry.
let me see what it's called in the SIP plan. It's called highway garage. No.
I wonder, could that have been the shed?
It's called Stormwater MRGP
Okay.
Projects Fiscal Year Appropriation.
Yeah, then that should show up as a revenue because that's our general permit with the state. To
So-
do all of the ditch work that.
Where we get 12 or 13 or
You're talking those
$15,000.
grants and aid?
No, it's from A&R, it's
Yeah.
a water quality. It was part of the big water quality legislation a
Yeah.
few years ago.
They send us money and we need to prove compliance.
Yes,
So where does that show up in revenue then?
I don't see it in revenue.
I mean, the only one I'm familiar with is the grants and aid, which also is not in revenue. Which we were just approved for, but this last work in August. Um, That's number 18, 19, 20.
That is in revenue. State highway aid.
I don't know if does that include,
I wonder if, yeah,
Okay.
that's.
How much did we just get?
this year's gonna be like 8.5 and next year's gonna be closer to 12,000.
8,500.
Yeah, it was just approved. Like it was something, I'm not sure we ever do it, cause Josh is like, I'm not doing those projects, it's too much work.
Well, we have to do them.
And
We
then,
have to.
and then we did
otherwise,
that,
Yeah.
so that was just approved, that refund.
So I think that there should be an offsetting revenue under road department grants.
That's above and
Because-
beyond the state highway aid.
Yes, state highway aid is a totally different animal.
Wouldn't it be in that grants line?
I think it should be,
Oh, you think it should be a
Mhm.
grant line, not a new line?
yes.
But we don't know how much that is?
We estimated 10,500.
So we could just have an offsetting 10-5 grant.
Yeah.
And it is something in that range.
Yeah, it's. So basically, as part of the Lake Champlain cleanup, a lot of there's phosphorus reduction comes from a lot of different places. Ag management, And municipal roads was a significant contributor to phosphorus, and Agency of Natural Resources requires municipalities to do best practices to manage ditches for phosphorus reduction, and they give this grant, which comes out of dedicated revenues that the state has. In fact, I think that one of the sources of that is all of the returnable bottles that don't get returned. Used to go back to the vendors, now it goes to clean water programs.
So right,
That's just a little aside that I bet you didn't know.
No, it's interesting.
so right now,
Fun in Montpelier right there.
we're putting 10,500 under FY 27.
I think we should.
And then practically, so that will raise that bottom line revenue number, and does that reduce the
Yeah.
property taxes we have to raise?
Correct.
Okay,
That just
Yeah.
really came up with 10.5, that if we wanted to put money into transportation path, it would not change the budget.
That's right.
True.
And we can get- we'll-
Go,
Do you
go back to that after we finish.
wanna go back to expenditure so we can get? to that
Yeah,
bottom line?
yeah.
Well, if is yours showing me 2.5% increase then? I mean, are we working on the same number?
Oh, go to revenue deal, detail at the bottom and see.
Oh, you wanna go over to?
Just
See it.
that way you can see it what the tax is. Yeah, now if we did it to 2.4.
Yeah. And Brian, I did ask, Mary Jane and Spencer this morning about the grand list.
Yeah.
Long story short, we should keep it at 3%, but
Point,
I think that's, yeah, I think that's quite conservative.
yeah.
Like it's certainly gonna jump over 4.
Yeah.
But could be 4.25, right? I mean, I don't think it'll be that high, but 4.
Well, that. It's always nice to have, when we set the tax, to be a little lower than our estimate,
Yeah.
rather than a little higher.
Okay, so, was there other changes? I guess we need to decide on that sidewalk path transfer, whether we want to add 10 to the reserve account or not.
I think we probably should, if for nothing else. The condition of some of the sidewalks are showing a little wear and tear. We have some drainage issues, so whether we do this, whether we have an opportunity to use a match for a grant or not, we could still have sidewalk needs.
It's still, yeah, creating a healthier reserve for future demand.
yeah, I thought we talked about that at the end of the last meeting.
We did, we
I
just
thought we-
didn't. put
okay.
it down.
That we agreed to,
I guess I don't remember clearly enough.
yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Well,
Well,
that does
very
not
nice.
have to be an article,
No, we can put it in our budget.
right? We just put in our budget, that
Yeah.
doesn't need to be in it.
Will we plan on letting a contract out to fix the sidewalks this summer?
We can, I
Well, if we're
mean,
gonna put the money over there, that's what it's for.
This summer or next spring.
Yeah,
yeah.
we have $72,000 in the reserve now, so we have plenty of money to.
We did say in the
Sidewalks.
letter to the
Right.
pass that that we could make 60 of that available. And if we got the grant, we would then seek the other half.
yeah, so in many ways, that's earmarked until we hear,
Yeah.
if it's, until we know if it's funded or not, that's earmarked.
Yeah.
I think. But that still leaves 12,000. I don't know what the pad is gonna cost in Carroll Road, but obviously way under
It's not
12,
gonna be that, yeah.
and Josh is gonna do most of the work.
Yeah.
For Josh, the road crew.
I would like to look at the in front of the Valley Players. That would is,
Mhm.
it's pretty bad when it's wet.
And Brian, to your question, I think, did you ask the covered bridge question, insurance claims?
Yes, and I see it now.
And so that is, it was in expenditures, but it was not budget, and that was, we got that money, January 2020, a year ago.
Yeah. And that was, and we spent that in that year.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was also, that was offset, it doesn't matter for this.
And the expense was higher than that. I mean, that was
Yeah.
just because you guys did other repairs.
Yeah,
Brian, I was going to mention the Valley Players problem. My daughter's fallen there, and
Right.
she's, when it's really bad, when she's walking to work, or walking to get to the bus, she pretty much has to go all the way up and around it onto the Valley Players property. And a number of times that's tromping through some knee-deep snow. So-
yeah, I walk it quite a bit too, so. How do you feel about putting the 10 in, since we just saved 10?
Yeah, I'm struggling with my math here on the spreadsheet. Somehow it doesn't seem to be reflecting the 10 of additional revenue. But we should still be under 3%. We'd be at,
Why isn't it? I thought that it did.
it should, I'm not sure. Trying to get it to refresh.
While you're at it, put a 0 in storm damage.
I'm looking. Very looking. So if you up this.
So where's the bottom line? And
Right now, not counting an additional 10,000, would be 2867, which is a
Yes.
2.5% increase.
So
In my
with,
math,
with
that's
the
right.
10,000, with the 10,000 additional to the path, that's where I was missing, we're at 2.8% increase. Our tax rate would be 0.5998.
Where did you put the 10,000, Jeff?
I
Did you
haven't,
put it?
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't, but well, it wouldn't show on this, he's
If
not sharing it.
you, let's see.
Or is it?
Right here, general transfer. to
Yeah,
reserves.
so add
25.
10 there, 25 there, yeah.
Chachas is not like a working document, it's just a. Yeah, there's 10.2.9. Under 3.
Yeah, I have,
Yeah,
Why is
okay.
mine at 6004? Oh, I see,
No.
I see.
my-
5,900.
I'm 3,000. $2,500 less than you, which I think is in the Wade House.
Yeah,
Yes,
why, so the White House, is this right?
I
I
think
thought we
that
were
was
reducing.
supposed to be 75.
I don't
That's
know
what
when
I
that
thought.
changed. I
No.
don't,
I'm not sure.
this is
to
the
be honest.
document that I got from you this morning.
Yeah, I know.
I thought we had said 75.
That,
So
yeah, we weren't planning. on
Now
changing it.
now our numbers are aligned.
That's 2.8. Did you say 2.8?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, that we're aligned.
Is that consistent with the CIP?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we end up with a 2.8% increase before any of the articles. 2.8% increase in the municipal tax rate before articles. The articles, if they all pass, would push us a little over 3, right? So that would be roughly 25 grand, I think.
And that's if we have. Very modest grand list increase.
Right.
How much does it, just out of my education, if the grand list is not 0.3, it's 0.4 or 0.5, how much of a difference does that end up making?
Last year, and I don't remember what the numbers were, it went from an estimated like 0.5% increase to a 0.5% decrease. Because of grand list.
Right. So it is pretty substantial.
It could be,
I mean, this year's been pretty good. Next year is probably not gonna be as good.
yeah.
Like DRB has not been busy. I don't think they haven't had a meeting since August. I think JP's.
Well,
Wow. That's the board to be on.
As opposed to early. Yeah, Chach and Brian.
Should I go pull back
Living
my?
The sample ballot is made.
Anything else?
Do you want to look at the other one or no?
Revenue, or what?
Capital? Or no, I don't think the only change is the 10,000.
Yeah, so we were essentially flat with last year before the change. Now we'd be 10,000 higher than last year's transfers to reserves. Yeah, 520 last year versus 532 this year. With including that $10,000 change.
Okay,
Okay, so now we have our number for our warning.
any other? Everybody good? I like budgeting.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
That's somebody guys.
The three of you done a wonderful job.
So then the one, I think we have our number, the one update to the file before we put it in the town report would be just getting 25 actual revenue numbers dropped in there.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy to do
I
tonight.
mean,
Actually, when we finish
Go back to revenue.
Okay,
we're done with the expenditure budget, when do we say this is what we're presenting and post it on the website, and where do we do that? Kind of how do we do that?
The budget?
Yeah.
It needs to be to the printer end of next week. So we'll work on formatting and we'll be able to get on the website then,
Mhm.
you know, at least by then.
yeah,
Great.
yeah, at the latest.
So as long as the top line numbers remain the same, then we can make formatting changes and cosmetic changes.
Yes,
Got it.
yeah.
Mhm.
You want to go to revenue, did you say, Brian?
Yeah, that's one of it. So the numbers that you need to put into the budget.
Yeah.
Is it, and these, we do match, because you have the master there.
Yeah, so scroll up one line, so 2874507 is one of those numbers, and the amount to be raised by taxpayers is 2376777.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Now we can go to the warning.
And should I, let's see, this,
So that dropped $3,000 from the number that was in this spreadsheet.
First, should I just change these
Yeah,
numbers now?
yeah.
All right, does someone want to say the municipal budget again?
2874507,
27,457, okay.
and this is 23. 76777.
Okay.
And then go down. Remove the italics.
Where's it italicized?
This is all italicized. Those were italicized because
Yeah.
they were to call as a matter of discussion. And then down, that's italicized too.
Okay,
And then I gotta go down. We went with Article 2, with Article 1 being on the ballot. Our attorney suggested that. Dave says the VLCT model proposes doing it the way that we did it before with 1
Yeah, and
through.
it just has, here's the floor items, and it just has Article 1, and then the Australian ballot also has Article 1.
really? That's funny.
But
You're just giving fuel to Brian's fire.
Well, it's the way we always did it, and it's not the way you should always do it, but anyhow.
What do you want to change it?
I'd like to go back to Roman numeral 1.
For
that- for-
Australia.
Yeah, and just to be clear, the VLCT has both Roman numeral 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, let's do it. regular.
So,
We have to
so,
renumber these.
so now, but these are gonna not be Roman numeral
No.
1, this is just gonna be article. We probably don't have to do that now, but we can.
Yeah. So. We should probably have a motion and a vote on the budget and on the warning.
I think Dave had one other good suggestion.
Yep.
Which you can roll through, I can.
Yeah, just for the article. I typed this in my email the other day, but I just want to return to it. For the purpose of funding municipal infrastructure and capital projects is the purpose, and I just want to make sure that, or we've discussed, and right now, how it's written is we can fund capital reserves and debt service, but that seems to leave a slight potential gap, theoretical gap, if we were to make a direct expenditure. So Chach's great language, and I agree with him,
Yeah, I get it.
would be funding capital investment,
Capital
reserves, comma,
I'd add an S, capital investment,
That's what I thought.
comma,
capital reserves, comma. Debt service. Defense base.
Should debt service also be a comma? Isn't that the Oxford comma?
Sure.
Where,
before or
after?
after?
After, yeah.
After debt service? Really?
Really?
That's. I'm happy, whatever you want.
The Oxford comma is the one after reserves,
Yeah,
but
this-
Okay,
the,
yeah,
the,
never mind. That's-
This
no
is the
comma.
one that people disagree with and I can't.
I believe
understand
funding-
disagree.
I believe it. I believe it. I
Yeah.
saw a great example the other day.
yes,
The examples are clear as.
there are
day.
some viral ones.
Yeah.
Yes.
This had to do with Rudy Giuliani.
Yes.
Yeah, some are quite graphic.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Dave.
Yeah, it took me a second to understand exactly what you meant. So sometimes.
So. Motion on the budget? We ready for that?
Think so.
Yeah,
I certainly can't add any more to the discussion.
I'd make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2027 town budget as updated in today's meeting.
Read it out loud, just read the numbers.
Sure. That's a total budget of $2,874,507, of which $2,376 and $777 are to be raised by property taxes.
I'd second that motion.
Right?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And then do we have a motion on our town meeting warning? As amended.
You just go, I just want to look at it one more time. Thank you.
I'll add, by the way, Brian, I deleted your old symbol and put the new one in. And
Oh, the logo?
what's that? The logo, yeah.
Just, can
Okay,
Is that okay?
sure.
you put a comma after following business in the middle of the preamble paragraph? So I don't want 9 AM
Oh,
to
following
modify
business.
the vote,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
because the Australian ballot is open.
And then. I will send this updated one if this is approved to Jennifer. And this is part of it, right? I put a line break there. I don't know if we want a line break there. For some reason, it's not me.
I don't know what it's.
I put it there.
Okay.
just-
I put it in
But we
italics.
don't need to have
Don't we
it.
want that in italics? That's how David had it.
Okay. So we don't need a line break, or do you like a line break for? Does it matter?
That's fine.
I think it's
I
fine.
just want, is it possible? No, it's not possible to have it on one page.
I mean, we could change the font to 11,
Nope.
which technically speaking, the town report is in 11.
Okay, scroll down on the left. All hazards recovery reserve fund, we did that.
I almost thought about putting a hyphen in all hazards. I don't know.
Nope.
Okay,
Yeah, Article 7, first line, does that read the way you want it?
Article, oh, that should be Roman numeral 1, good catch.
No, I was actually looking at something else.
Authorizing establishment of Roman numeral.
Bingo. Where, Article 1 is written, the whole three of them are combined.
wait,
This is one or more, which would require 3 votes.
Oh, sorry, where are we looking?
where, under
Article
Article 7?
No. Go down.
Which is what I was proposing earlier.
Well, I think it was old Article 7, it might be. It's Article 6 now at the bottom, bottom left.
Can you change that Roman numeral in that to Roman numeral 1?
Yep.
So we should say a local option tax. Establishment of a
Just
local
that.
option tax pursuant to.
Get rid of one or more.
Yep, of a local option tax.
Good catch, Fred.
Thank you, Fred.
Well, I'd rather leave that and change Article.
That changes tax then.
Yeah,
Yes. Still a good catch, regardless. So this right here, that's,
So should that say, local option tax or local option taxes?
I'm fine with taxes.
yeah.
Feels like it.
To take out A.
would get rid of A,
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
local option taxes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
it
agree.
is separate taxes, one vote. And then can you put B 24 VSA section 138 B, just so it's identical to
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
to the article?
And just to, and like, I think, I just wanna make sure, Article 7, this is already in the budget, right? Or no, this is added to the budget
Yes.
later, we haven't now, oh, so that is, or it's not? Like, that shouldn't be budgeted for you, cause it's
It's
an
not in the
article.
budget.
So, oh, that's why it'd be a $30,000, almost $29,000 increase
Right.
potentially. Yeah.
And
And this right here, we were good with this, the way that this was written with property owners whose tax stabilization
Yeah.
agreements expired,
Yeah.
that was good.
You know, I was actually surprised that the attorney didn't do something with that.
I'm a little, that's why I asked, because it seems a little
Which one?
surprising, right?
The
Number
tax
eight.
stabilization. I mean,
With
we
the
made
pro-
it specific to the property
This right
owners who had
here.
it before, and that's what our goal was, so, but he looked at it.
Yeah, it's a little surprising.
Uh-huh,
We'll take it.
let's take it.
I mean, we know specifically who that is, and they know, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so it's not-
this
it's-
will,
somebody will ask it.
but this will prohibit someone else from saying, oh, I want in on that,
Correct.
Yeah,
and that's apparently legal.
Well, we get to approve.
yes.
And then we can say at town meeting our
We
intent
will, people will ask.
to sunset.
This must be an old different.
We don't have any value judgments in the Hannah house or our house, right? Sounds good. Yeah.
Misha did call me asking about Article 11. And just last night, and I shared that. After some conversation, it was an article with. Qualifier temporary 1 year, he's like, it's on there, so he was happy.
I was,
I thought was interesting.
I talked to, Lisa Loomis called me, I had a question this morning. Devin and Warren had told me they were gonna make it contingent upon us doing it. She said that they didn't, but I don't know, it doesn't matter. Ours does, ours makes it,
And
so,
that's what language Misha shared with us asking
Yeah.
for, so I feel comfortable with that.
yeah.
So, but if,
Oh, I would definitely.
but that means if we don't pass, they still
Possibly,
give them, I mean, that's the way it's written.
but I don't know, I think, she might have been, that wasn't what she called about, so. She was.
I was in a meeting, she called me else, and then I called back and she was.
Did she, never mind. Did she talk to you about the insurance reimbursement for the?
Again, she tried to call me this morning and I called back. I was meeting, I don't
Okay, I
remember.
was just curious if she's gonna run it out.
I think maybe not.
She's very very interested in the water line leak.
I did send her Nate's update,
Okay.
which was
No,
very
she knows
thankful
that.
for,
Which is,
between Northfield Savings Bank and the fire department.
that's where the leak is?
Yeah, and I think tonight,
Is tonight Thursday? No, I think tomorrow.
tomorrow night, you're gonna try to isolate it. I talked to Robin. And he agreed with me that the Millbrook crossing could be likely one. He also said possibly the Bad River Business Park, because we hooked up to their existing distribution system, which, was older. I'm wondering if the water is going through the wetlands and the beaver ponds.
Cause that
Robin,
was exceptionally high that just happened.
if you could, if people were putting wagers on it, I think Robin was feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah.
Yes. Steve's trying to have people put wagers on.
Oh,
That's that cool.
I put some money in on that.
All right,
So how are we doing with this?
I mean, with Dave's eagle eyes,
I feel good.
Legal or legal?
Eagle?
eagle.
Please no.
All right, have a motion on the warning,
I move to approve their warning as written.
your second,
One second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, that's it. Motion on the consent agenda,
Hold on.
no,
Yes, good.
Good.
motion on the consent agenda, which is just the minutes.
I move to approve.
Sorry, I do have one question. We have 4344 Main Street for the meeting. Is that what we want? Bottom?
Oh,
Where are you looking? Right here, 4144.
yeah, that's our address.
Okay, so we'll have it here.
Oh,
mean-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, last year we did.
Okay.
I don't
That's a good
expect,
question.
the towns that do everything by Australian ballot typically have big pre-meeting turnouts. We never have.
Okay.
Because people just expect that they're gonna,
Just double checking. No. Is required, and we're gonna have a special meeting or special hearing. Another
Yes,
meeting
yeah.
on the lot. Yeah.
so Brad, you made a motion on the consent agenda,
I did.
Sorry to interrupt.
second,
No problem. Josh seconded.
all in favor?
Aye.
Do we have any town administrator or select
Before we
board?
wander at one point, we ought to let the folks know that we can't discuss the lot from the floor.
Actually, we can.
We can?
There's, the statute was changed a couple years ago
Was it?
that lets you discuss Australian ballot items, just a couple years ago.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know.
And we'll confirm that.
Okay.
And is there overlap because the article anyway?
It used to be.
Yeah.
The law was you basically you can't politic
Oh,
at the polls. And you were not allowed to talk about Australian ballot items during the town meeting,
Right.
but the statute was changed to allow discussion on ballot items.
Oh, good. Well, that might be a.
Did you see that?
But there was-
Okay.
but there was no way to avoid the lot conversation anyway, because the article with the percentages is not.
And that's why I felt comfortable putting that on there, because
That makes sense.
it's, the law was changed.
I see.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's more you know.
how long ago was that changed?
3 years, 4
Yeah,
years.
I
maybe?
think they maybe didn't discuss it this year because it's
Yeah.
a couple of years old.
Yeah.
No, I don't have anything.
Anybody else?
Actually,
We
there's a
were
lot
just
going on.
together 2 days ago.
And yeah, a lot's happened since then. Feels like, but nothing pressing.
No, nothing that's not an executive session.
Somebody want to make a motion about going into executive session? Yeah,
Yes.
legal issues.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session. To enter executive session pursuant to 1 VSA 313A1E. To discuss pending and probable civil litigation
For a second,
as premature public knowledge would place the town at a substantial disadvantage.
Second.
all in favor?
I,
It's 5:02.
I'm gonna look that up. Or
It says 5:17. Yeah.
make a motion to exit executive session.
Second. Everybody seconded. All in favor? I guess that means we're all in favor.
I don't know
No
how
action was
Carol,
taken.
No action is taken.
I don't know how Carol decides who gets the second, but she has her way apparently.
I see. Always find somebody.
As long as this time she doesn't say it right.
Motion to
What?
adjourn.
You can't second, right? So
No, I guess not. Second to the motion to adjourn? All in favor?
I.
We're gonna have a town meeting.
Yippee yahoo.